So what is FTTX, Ronak?
I think FTTX is basically a technology for the last mile where the last mile, the last home or the last office is connected via fiber, which is where most of the uh, like the network speed drops in other technologies, and FTTX enables that to be at a much higher speed, giving much higher throughput, and that's where I think the most of the use cases of FTTX lies. So that's basically what FTTX is, enabling high speed internet to homes, offices, or whatever, and that's what the X stands for. It could be anything, homes, offices, etc.
Yash, why is FTTX so important to CSPs today?
It's the next, or it's the big thing that is happening in the market. Like everything is connected, all the society is connected basically. For example, if you want to have an IPTV at your home, it has to have a good internet connection, and fiber is the best way right now. And IPTV, if you want to run an IPTV or a smart home, smart bundles like Alexa or Google Home or any Nest for that for that matter. Or for example, if the government has to provide some emergency services like data transfer or emergency communication services, fiber is super important. Then if somebody has to do the telemedicine for any remote areas, the fiber is the way to go for the reliable connectivity. Or even work from home, every remote office has to have a reliable connection, and then fiber comes into the picture. By the growing of for example, a cloud computing or a data storage, so you have to have all this for all these things to run sequentially and parallelly in increase of IoT devices. You need to have an FTTX connection, and that's the most reliable connection. And basically, every market is moving towards it, and there is the growth that happens everywhere, a faster and reliable connection.
When implementing an FTTX transformation, Ronak, for especially for like a large scale operations, for you can give an example as well. What were the main challenges you think operators face during this process of transformation?
If I have to take an example, let's say in Nigeria where we did that recently, so I think they face a large number of challenges. Like for example, if you see like out some challenges not totally in their control, there are regulatory environment issues. There are because the laws are quite they're very complex. They're not very consistent. So that are one side of challenges that they face. They have infrastructure challenges where like the availability of electricity and laying down like extensive fiber networks and for the matter even towers for GSM, but in this case fiber network it's not very straightforward given the geopolitical situation there, other security issues there. That's a very complex part. Now, coming to the BSS side of things, I think for FTTX for Nigeria, what we did, the process before we kind of tuned it and brought it into our stack. The processes were very manual. The order captures were manual. The salespeople on the field, how they take the order from the customer, how they collect money from the customer, they were totally manual. And when it comes back to again back office again, there was very limited capabilities to offer any kind of bundled services or have any automated way or an efficient let alone automated efficient way of appointment scheduling and even having a one customer view. So for example, if I see MTN Nigeria, it has an 80 million customer base. How can you leverage on this base to get a one customer perspective? Who are your potential customers whom you can offer something better, something good? So those were not really readily available, and there was a good scope of making those things better and in where they were at that time. So I think that was the opportunity for us to really tap in and provide some rock solid solutions around it.
And Yash, this looks to be quite complicated. So how did we try to transform and support these challenges through our product, and platform? How did we overcome these challenges?
To be very honest, like we have a very robust platform that we have built over last 3 and 3.5 4 years. based on TM Forum, where you can have, we have built lot of open APIs or open API based architecture. So it would be easy for us to build on top of it to, for the BSS at least, to overcome a lot of challenges. For example, what Ronak was saying, there is no single customer. There is no party management. Basically, there is an API that BSS already supports out of the box, which is TMF 632, which is party management API. And what this party is, basically, a party is one entity which owns everything. So basically, we BSS already have this party management TMF 632 in its core. What we have done is basically combined all the individuals or the services underneath different profiles that are scattered under different profiles and combined under a single party with TMF 632. Apart from it, to give a dedicated offering for FTTX, basically we have 620 TMF 620, which is a catalog API where where a lot of new products can be launched, created and launched very easily. And then we created a task manager where the installations and also feasibilities, everything can be done upfront. And even before that, there is we built a robust feasibility check API during the lead phase itself. Whenever there is a lead that is happening, like a lead that is coming in, we will just before even going into adding lot of customer details or selecting customer details, we just take the bare minimum details of his ID number, NIN check, and basically his name and number. And then straight away we go and select the package or plan that they want. And then they can basically, and we can, through the APIs, we can basically check whether this particular plan or bandwidth is feasible in that particular area where customer is choosing. So that would tremendously help them basically to reduce any cost, and also it reduces them, like basically any overheads that they are going through um, to basically understand whether a bandwidth that is asked by the customer is basically feasible in that particular location or not. Also, we have done a lot of things. For example, on the business side of things, this is on the ops side of things. On the business side of things, they want to give a free offer, and they're giving it, but it is quite cumbersome today. So what we have done through BSS is basically we automated it. So whenever they activated an offer or a customer asked for an offer, we activate it, give it for free for 7 days, and automatically it turns into a normal um, charge based plan after 7 days. Nobody has to touch anything in the system, like in the even in the backend, everything is automated. And also a lot of things, it's not just the front end part, it's a lot of back end that we have built in. For example, it's not the DCLM, which is our CRM system, which can do it. We have exposed this to all the 3PPs who can build their own UIs, and also they can expose it to certain 3PPs where they can build their own UIs. And all the backend or all the heavy lifting is done from the backend side from the BSS system. So these are some of the things that we have done to make sure their BSS platform is more robust and their business and ops can take leverage of what we have built over the years.
And Ronak, the whole project was called Metamorphose, right?
Yes.
That's what that was the code word for the project, and so I think it was a success. And how would you kind of quantify that success in terms of realizable benefits for MTN?
Yeah. So no, it was a huge success. It is acknowledged all through from the business till the end customer. There are several testimonials available for them. There was a clear difference in in an order fulfillment that used to take weeks. It can now happen in seconds. And even the order capture process, it was so manual. Now, even from taking an order from a customer, collecting his payments are totally automated, near zero reconciliation issues, nothing at all, total seamless process from end to end. So those are clear benefits that came out. Even appointment scheduling, internal efficiency of staff allocations, Though those were clear benefits that were achieved apart from business KPIs, like I mentioned, like dropping from several weeks to just a few seconds. Those were definitely there. And using the product capabilities like order capture, whether catalog driven order capture to be precise, or the payment automation or integration directly to the payment gateway, and enabling everything on the self service for the customer to put a request, make his payment, his order is directly in the system, the linesman goes, installs, and is done. So making that process as seamless is one of the key things that was achieved. There were other things we have done along with our support partners, like centralized ticketing and even a customer experience management. We've done a lot of work on the AI-driven recommendations and analytics as well. So those are clear benefits that were drawn out of the whole program.
That's great. And when we actually did a sort of customer CSAT survey, one of the comments that came was the Tecnotree solution is a very customer-centric solution. So, Yash, how does the Tecnotree digital stack and the BSS platform offer more customer-centric and personalized solutions for operators like MTN?
There are multiple phases of it, like what we have done across the years. One is the TMF itself. Like we built on a robust TMF architecture where you have everything. You have everything configurable. Be it you want to create a product, it can be configurable using TMF 620. If you want an order to be captured, we have customized it according to the opco or according to the locality or according to the country. So there are different business use cases, different um, there are different regulatory cases that are coming in. For example, if there are certain cases where we have to go and fetch the customer details from certain opcos and sorry, certain regulatories. But in some cases, it's basically we cannot directly store their national ID number. For example, Nigeria, we have to go and fetch a VNIN and then store the VNIN. It's not a simple straightforward thing where we can store NIN number in our system because of whatever security it is. So everything is basically workflow driven, and everything is so seamless that we don't have to change every time the UI that has to be catered to different opcos and different regions. So you can always go and customize or configure a lot of things like what are the categories that you want, what are the different demographic details, what are the different customer details that you want to capture, or if you want to get a regulatory information, how can you quickly do it by simply entering your number? All the heavy lifting will be done by the backend, etc. And also we have built a robust, very good customer 360 platform where you can see not only your particular service, you can see all the services that are owned by you, um, that you own basically in that particular opco. For example, if you have a mobile number, you have an FTTX line, if you have a internet line, if you have a FDD dongle, everything comes under a single roof. So there are uh, so previously, all these are under different profiles or different services which are not linked on any ways. So anything that they have to do, or for example, if they want to do some analytics on top of a particular service, they have to do individually on each and every service. But now, as everything is basically clubbed together and you can see a single customized or a single party view or a individual view, you can basically do a lot of analytics, understand what is the lifetime business value of the customer. You can customize the solutions, then you can implement a personalized recommendations to them. You can upsell, cross sell by personalizing, saying, okay, you're taking two individual services. The customer can benefit by bundling a particular service, or bundling two particular products in a single in a single service, which can be a cost efficient way both for the consumer, and it would be a recurring business for the opcos as well. And for example, we have lot of other other capabilities, be it the order capture, be it the task management, where appointment management, where the workforce can directly go an appointment can directly go through their appointment through their calendaring system. They can efficiently track everything, etc. uh, and then we have cart management. We have built a cart for a standalone cart, especially started with Nigeria, where a cart will be available across different applications, not just the Tecnotree part of applications, everywhere. They can use the cart, they can save their products, they can go into a different channel, and they can basically they can basically proceed from that different application. For example, they can start from some self-care application like RDMLD, and then they can come into DCLM and they can start from where they left off. Or for these are some of the things, but we have built qualifications around it. Like we do give only the products that are qualified for the customer and not for every product, and try to do the qualification again. And then we have a robust resource inventory management, quote management, where we give where we give lot of customized quotes and contracts that can be easily brought in and understood and basically given to the customer on the fly. You can digitize. We digitized everything, like even the signature part from the customer, or even the signature part from the opco level, where they don't even have to download it. They just have to see the contract online and can close the contract online itself. So these are some of the things that we have built over last 3.5, 4 years, so that it can be leveraged not for just for Nigeria, any opco across the world.
Thank you so much, Yash and Ronak. I think this is a great conversation.